contents. Quick head count. My bonus wild. Oh well. Let's see. Can't matter now. Let's see what. Brazil. Give me a moment, folks. Let me get folks in. Griffin is one. Two. Okay. Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. I want to ask the favor of folks who are appearing, if you have not entered your proper name, I'm looking at that name to see who belongs. So if you're listed, for example, I've got someone labeled Nokia 3.1. I don't know who that is. So it will help me a lot if I could ask you to just go to your top corner, little technology moment. And there's if you will move your cursor, your arrow, over to that top corner, usually it's on the right, and there'll be a little 3 dots. And on the 3 dots, it ought to allow you to click on that. And then you would drop down to where it says rename and type your actual name. That will save some time of me trying to identify folks. I do want to ask the person on the phone and your phone number ending in 321. If you could unmute for a moment and let me know your name, please. Hello? You have
Hello?
Yes, could I have your name, please?
Marisol Candelaria.
Thank you, Ms. Candelaria. I'll be back with you shortly. And I'll just ask Nokia 3.1. Could you tell me your name, please?
Mr. Alex Bachicha, I'm fixing my name right now.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Let's see. Your last name? Oh, there you are. I found you. Thank you. I'll let you do the fix. There you go. Thank you so much. And I want to call quickly for folks I don't see that I did expect today. Cordoa Henderson, Mr. Henderson, am I missing you somehow? Felicia Jones and Kalan Smith. Oh, there's Miss Jones. Okay. And also, still not here, Deranche Garland. Deranche Garland. Lisa Giles or Giles. Crystal Long. Walter Santos. Okay, so I'll move forward. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. And what I want to tell you, a few things that I think will help move things along more quickly. I think if I do this one time instead of 16 different times, it helps. Just to I know your time is valuable. So I do want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. It is an accusation. When you give a plea, you're giving an answer or a response to that accusation. A ticket, a complaint, those are all methods for accusing someone. And that plea is how you answer, okay? There are 3 options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, we all have the right to plead not guilty, and that means we are contesting the offense. When you contest your offense in the Temple Municipal Court, I schedule a pretrial online. That's happening today. And I also have an appearance docket, which is also happening today. And I'll just take people in the order that they appeared, but I'll be juggling both of those dockets. Ms. Warren represents the state of Texas. You'll see her on the screen shortly in Warren. There she is. Good morning, Ms. Warren. And so she is the city's prosecutor. She represents the state of Texas in the cases that are contested. And she has the right to weigh in on the cases just as you do at trial, okay? So the first meeting is a pretrial with Ms. Warren. And then if the case is not resolved, we move to a live person docket. That docket will be scheduled at the same time. When you plead not guilty, you go to the online, which you can do from home, and then here. When we come to the second one, at that point, we're moving that case toward a trial, okay? And we're looking at pretrial motions, schedules for trial, any kind of, and what kind of trial, and we're also setting a bond, okay? That docket is not meeting today, but if you're on the pretrial docket, you were given both of those settings at the same time, okay? And that doesn't cancel unless your case is finished before that date, okay? If you plead guilty, that's another option. You're admitting an offense. You're saying, I did this, okay? If you plead no contest, you're not admitting the offense. You're not denying it either. You're allowing the court to move forward without admitting or denying the offense. You're saying, go ahead and sentence me, judge. I'm not going to say either way. If you plead guilty or no contest, I'm moving forward today. The only time I delay the case is if there is a good reason that benefits you. If I do that, you have to follow up with the next date, okay? If you don't, you wind up going to warrant. Missed court dates in municipal courts. This is a Class C court, and we normally don't schedule people or send people to jail. They're fines and costs only in most cases. The exception is when you miss a court date. When you miss a court date, you subject yourself to the possibility of being jailed for not showing up. It's a type of contempt, okay? Would be best to not do that. Better to follow up. Now, sometimes people sign up for something and then they find they can't get it done. For example, if I sign up for a payment plan today and I lose my position, maybe I can't meet the demands of that payment plan, but I still have a duty to tell the court, hey, I can't do this thing I signed up to do. Give me an alternative, and I will try to work with you if that happens. If you don't show up, I can't work with you. It's hard to work with someone who I can't contact. So keep in mind, there is a duty to show up and to show up on time. And if that's a date to make a payment, that's a show up date, okay? So cases always have a show up date. They never have a we'll wait and see date, okay? That's just not the way any court would ever work. I am not an exception with that, okay? So I just want to follow up and just let you know the expectation, okay? Now, if you plead guilty or no contest, still 5 ways to gain a dismissal, 4, okay? One is if you have something that can be dismissed through compliance. That's usually something like a bald tire, a registration charge, a blinker light that's out. that kind of thing. If you have something like that, I'll automatically start working with you to see if we can get you to a dismissal. Each of those has some detailed requirements for how to gain that dismissal. I don't expect everybody to know all those details, and I will just walk you through those, okay? You're welcome to ask questions. I'm not going to wait for you to ask questions. It's not going to be, that type of thing won't be if you know the right thing to say, okay? And I know people worry about that when they represent themselves. Well, I say the wrong thing and trigger the wrong thing, or not trigger the right thing. So with something simple like that, that is a compliance dismissal, you can ask me, but I'm not going to wait for you to ask. I'm just going to move forward and try to get you to that dismissal, assuming you would want to do that, okay? Moving violations can't be met or dismissed with compliance, but we do have a driver safety course option in the state of Texas. You have to qualify to be in that program, then you have to successfully complete it. If you qualify to be in the program, again, I'm going to walk you through that and try to get you to that qualification. If you pre-qualify, I'll see if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, no one can force you. But it does represent a savings, and it keeps the item off your record. And I do assume that most people would probably want that. So I'm going to assume that. And if I'm assuming incorrectly, you let me know. But I'll start trying to drive you to that better option. Okay, because I'm just assuming people want to save money and keep an item off the record. That's not everyone. Some people have different ideas, or they can't be bothered with it, and that's you're right. Okay, but most people who show up here tend to be people a little more involved, and they want to know. So I make that assumption again. I like to tell you my assumptions. Okay, so that's the second method for a dismissal. The third is called a deferred disposition. Deferred means delay. Disposition means to make final. So we delay making your case final on a plea of guilty or no contest, and you request, I'd like a deferred. So that's what that would look like, guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred, judge. The judge can accept or deny your request, okay? Class C courts are the only courts where you can ask a judge directly, hey, I'd like a deferred. You can ask the prosecutor as well. The prosecutor is able to recommend deferreds. If you're on her docket and you want to ask her about that, you can. But ultimately, you can ask the judge on a plea of guilty or no contest. If I say yes, then we do that. What would that look like, you might be wondering? It's really a written agreement, like a contract between you and the court, and you agree to do certain things. And I agree that if you do those things, I sign a dismissal, okay? Pretty simple. Now, what would you need to be doing? We have to sort out the payment issue. Sometimes there's a class. Sometimes there are documents that I need, okay? But you're going to know because it will be in writing, and we'll talk about it today. So the way to get that deferred disposition is enter your plea and make a request at the same time. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. I really don't have an opinion about your plea. Your plea is your plea, and it is your case, okay? But I'm going to respond and go in the direction that your plea takes you. That's why I'm explaining where your plea takes you all the time, okay? All right. So, and then your fourth way to gain a dismissal is if you are a high school student, I will push you toward teen court. Teen court is an alternative sentencing option, and it allows you to get the item and keep it off your record, and also allows that the consequences of that item or that action fall on the person and not just the parents paying. Parents paying a ticket, usually I'm going to see you again. If we do teen court, I am much less likely to see you again for that offense in the future, a future offense. And it really does work. It's significant, okay? So with that said, those are the four ways to gain a dismissal on a plea of guilty or no contest. On the pretrial docket, every now and then, Ms. Warren will make a request for a dismissal. I don't see that happens, not frequent, but she does sometimes elect to do that. And I can't really say much more about that other than she has that option to make that recommendation. And again, she can comment on that or not as she chooses. But she has the right, just as you do, to take the case to trial, okay? So that's kind of where we are. I'm going to start moving forward now with the docket, but I do like people to just have that broad perspective on what happens next? What are my options? Because many people, most of us will represent ourselves in a court like this one. And, that turns into, it's better to give you the max information. What I'll tell you now, though, is, and I can be very assured of this, no secret handshake here. If I know you, I have to get off your case and get somebody who doesn't know you. There aren't hidden options available for people who know the right thing to say or know the right people. We keep it very, very transparent. Okay. So those are the 4 things I have. All right. Now, the pretrial docket is meeting today, and that happens in a breakout room, and I'm creating that room now. And then what will happen is I'll assign you, and in the order that you've appeared for that docket. So let me get Ms. Warren assigned, because I know that she will be in that breakout room. And then the first person we have there is Marilyn Griffin. Ms. Griffin, you're going to get on your screen here shortly an invite to join her in that room, and that is the pretrial happening now. Okay, so that should be coming your way, and if you'll just accept that. But before you do that, remember that when that is done, you're coming back in this room. Well, Ms. Warren will let her know. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is talk to the folks that I have. Oh, Ms. Warren? Oops. I should unmute. Well, let's see.
Didn't get the option to leave.
I'm so sorry.
I don't see a breakout room.
Okay. It says it's
Okay,
there.
I see it. I found it.
I might have clicked on something. Ms. Brazil went in there. She's not supposed to. So something happened. There we go. Hi, Ms. Brazil.
Hello.
Not quite sure exactly what happened there, but let me ask you if you could start video, that's helpful. And you're actually first on my docket rather than Ms. Warren's. Where are you? I don't know if y'all see what I see when I do this, but it's always interesting to me. Folks just move all over the screen constantly. I really don't. I probably need to learn more about why that happens, but let's see. Ms. Brazil, where are you? There you are, ma'am. Okay. Hi, Ms. Brazil. I had some questions, but I have reviewed everything. I accepted your pleas of no contest on the 2 charges, okay? And then I reviewed your financial situation, and I approved you for community service because I do show payment at this time would be difficult. You're living with family, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any problems with getting community service done?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any disabilities that I need to know about?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your case has kind of bounced around for a while. And I couldn't tell exactly because I've gotten requests for payments. When I get a request for payment from someone and it looks like it's going to be a struggle, I like to try to talk to them first and make sure that that's really what they're trying to do. Sometimes they didn't know the options. So you have the option under your circumstances to do community service. And what you'll do, you're local. I have a list of local providers and where you can do the work, and they're all nonprofits. And if you pick from the provider list, you're safe. If you leave the provider list, just make sure it is a nonprofit and I'll accept it. I will accept community service from any nonprofit in the state of Texas. You cannot get paid to do it. You can't be paying them to do it. Believe it or not, I've seen that. And we don't take food donations. All right. So just go, it's free, pick from the list, something that will work with your schedule. You can even be interested in it. Okay. Get the hours done, get them turned into the front desk, and I will zero out your balance. Now, I need your signature this morning on a waiver form that just says you understand the city of Temple does not have coverage if you're injured. And we need to hand you the packet with a timesheet for you to keep track of your hours. You're going to have whoever supervises you, and make sure they're authorized to supervise you. That's another pitfall, is folks get a friend and friend says, just come on over. I go here all the time. and they sign off on it, and that place never knew you were there. And then we call to verify it, and boom, it doesn't count. So just check in with that place. That's why we give you the contact person and the contact number, follow their directions, and they're all going to have their own little rules and directions. Some of them require you to wear certain attire because of the work, some don't, etc. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, how quickly can you get over to the court? Can you get here before noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you get here, you'll phone. We have actually just an entry process, and we do require masks. Our phone number's on the door. So when you get here, just call them, let them know you're here, and they'll work you in quickly. Shouldn't take more than 10 to 15 minutes or less, okay? Okay, thank you, Ms. Brazil.
Thank you.
I'll remove you from the meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Just pay attention to your deadline. 23 hours, due date is May 18th, okay? All right. She was just a quick check-in. Christopher O'Neill would be next. Just one moment, Mr. O'Neill. Is Mr. O'Neill on time, I think? Just one moment, Mr. O'Neill. Thank you. I'm always going to want to know that. Hi, Mr. O'Neill. Give me one moment. I'm just reviewing things.
Yes, ma'am.
Given the confusion with that filing, I just wondered. Okay. And then we reset him to, okay, great. All right. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. I just wanted to double check some things. You're 19 today. You're not still in high school, are you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. With all the ways that the calendar and the disruption have been, I just wanted to double check in case, because I have options for high school students that I would want to talk to you about. The charge right now is a theft under $100, and the fines and costs, if you paid that, are $296. Do you understand your options for pleading guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Do you have any questions about what those pleas mean?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How are you pleading to this charge?
No contest.
Okay. So I want to tell you about a first offender option. The first offender option allows me to schedule the case or reschedule the case and give you an opportunity to take a theft intervention class and have the case dismissed from your record. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You do have to pay for the class. It's a little less than $40. You might have to get, I'm not showing, I don't know if you're working, but you might have to get a family member to help you out with that. Are you in a position where you could do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you want to do that, I would give you 30 days. It's online. It would be due no later than the 19th of April, because on the 20th of April, I'd be looking to see if I had proof that you completed it. And if I did have that, I would dismiss it
Yes, ma'am.
outright. Okay. Do you want that option?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're in Fresno, and I actually happen to know where that is. I want to send a reset form to you like we did through the email. And I want you to print it and sign it and get it back to me today. Is that possible? I can take a photograph even of the, if you sign it, you can photograph it and email it back over. Is that possible?
Yes, ma'am. I'm actually a student athlete at Temple College also. I'll be there later.
Oh, you can come by the building?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Then we know, and I know you've got it, and you know that I've got it, and we're much better off. And this one is really important because, like you've been doing, actually, you've already done this. being on time. If you miss a deadline, this option goes away. So I really want to highlight that real hard with you. The quicker you can get the class done and turned in, the faster I can sign that dismissal. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you come by the court, or can we send it to you and have you print it and get it back to us today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What time?
What time do you all close?
We close at 5, but we need you here by 4:30.
Okay, that's fine.
What time should we be looking for you?
2:45. Around like 4.
Okay. I'll let the
Yes.
clerk know to look for you around that time, okay? And
Okay.
with the information will be a list of places where you can do the class, okay? And I don't pick for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
From that list, okay?
Okay.
All right. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. We'll see you shortly.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. That's Mr. O'Neill. He's resolved. Felicia, Miss Jones. Let me find you. There you are. Miss Jones, or hi. Are you in a moving vehicle?
Yes, I am, but I'm not driving.
Okay. So I have 2 charges. One is from July 8th of 2016. It's a speeding charge. The fines and costs are $444.60. How are you pleading to the charge?
No contest.
And then on every ticket, there is a court date at the bottom of that ticket. And when you don't appear, sometimes an additional charge is filed one time. That was filed in this case. It's called a violation of the promise to appear. And it has fines and costs of $434.20. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Now, the reason everything is so high is because of the non-appearance. I just want to highlight to you, you need to stay on time, okay? I do see you live in Killeen. Are you living with family at this time?
I live with not my family, but somebody else is.
Okay. And I just showed there's disability and there's Social Security. Those are your sources of income at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have bills that you're responsible for paying?
No, honestly, I don't even pay my phone bill. My mom pay that.
Okay. So what is the nature of your disability?
It's actually a list. I'm more. It's more a mood disorder. I got ADD and ADHD. Slightly PTSD. Um, it's a list of them.
Okay.
Normally my mom does this with me. She's my advocate, but it's a list. It's a lot.
Okay. So I'm going to sentence you to complete 44 hours unless you are requesting a payment plan. You left the payment plan request blank. I don't see bills that you pay, but I also don't know, what all you have going on. And with the Social Security disability, the amounts that you have, I can order community service or I can order small payments.
What do you do the community service stuff? 'Cause I had explained to them. I have a torn ACL. So
Sorry?
I have
You
a
have-
torn ACL.
Okay.
So what do you do like for the community service?
Well, I give you a list of places where you can do the work and you investigate your options. Some
Okay.
places are labor and some places are not. And it just is really dependent on you. I also could order $25 a month.
Okay.
I'm going to actually let you tell me which would work best.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, can I try the community service?
Yes, 44 hours. I'm going to give you a due date of May 18th. I do need you to come by and sign for that in order to recall your warrant.
Okay, come to like the actual temple.
Yes, in
Okay,
this case, yes.
okay.
Yeah, because we've got warrants for you not showing up and you won't be arrested here. But in order to recall it, I need a signature today.
Okay.
Okay. What time can we expect you?
I'm coming from Austin right now to Colleen. What time? Y'all close at, you said by 4:30?
Yeah, we usually try to get you here in the morning though, before noon.
Okay, yes. What do you have to do? What do you have to do? I can come in like the next hour. I
Okay,
have another court that I have to go to right now at 10 o'clock after this one. So I can come in the next hour.
okay. We'll look for you before noon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Let's see, Ms. Griffin. Ms. Griffin and Ms. Warren, did y'all have an opportunity to have a meaningful discussion? Are we
Yeah.
moving toward trial?
Your Honor, Ms. Griffin changed her plea to no contest,
Okay,
and she would like a deferred, and she's going to pay today.
okay. And the length of that deferred is 90 days?
90 days.
Any class required, Ms. Warren?
No.
Okay. Ms. Griffin, we want to get your signature on that order today. It's a 90-day deferral, at the end of which time, provided you have paid your fines and fees, which you're doing today, so you can cross that off the list, not received any more citations, and not been arrested, the case will be dismissed. Okay. Can we email that to you and get your signature back through email?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, then expect that in the next, I would say 15 or 20 minutes. And then we will move forward and we'll get
Okay.
you a copy back that I will have signed.
So
Okay,
I can just email a signed copy back or,
in this case, you can, yes. And if
okay,
you're paying, you can pay online or by phone.
Okay.
As soon as you have your document, you can call the clerk and get more. They can walk you through payment by phone, or you can go online. Just wait till you have the document. That means we've set it up properly in the system. Okay.
okay. And will the document tell you where to go online to make the payment?
So it would be it's templetx.gov, right? So it's just templetx.gov. And then you're looking for a municipal court, and there is a pay option there.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I will follow the recommendation by the prosecutor.
Okay,
And just look for that email.
all righty. I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Your next person is actually Melissa Mayo Martin. And I believe that's labeled John Mayo. Is that right? Okay. Ms. Martin, you're going to receive an invitation to go to a breakout meeting. And again, that's Melissa Diane Mayo Martin. And just click on that. Just remember to come back in this meeting when that's over. Okay. Great. All right. Let me cross off Ms. Griffin. I like to get Ms. Ryan out. And then my next person is actually, I think I'm done. Let me just call again for Mr. Henderson, who I do not see, and Callan Smith. Okay. We'll get Miss Warren's signature later, right? She could go, Miss Griffin can go ahead and sign. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna call Mr. Henderson if I've got a number.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Cordova Henderson.
Is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
Okay, that would be the only thing to put Mr. Henderson. Thank you. Let's see. On Callan Smith, it would appear that he has warrants and decided not to show up again, so we would just leave the warrants in place. I do believe him to possibly be indigent, but I can't order community service until he shows up and enters a plea. So he requested a payment plan. Did he enter, please? Folks, we're just waiting for that pretrial docket to move. So give me a few moments. I'm reviewing the other folks I had on my list. I would check in the documents. Yeah, let me go ahead and have that appearance form printed. That's why I wanted to talk with him. He claims that he can't do community service and therefore doesn't have income. And then he asked for a payment plan. So he's all over the place. Let's, print the other one too. Let me execute that. And what I'll do is order community service subject to a doctor's note, or if he wishes to change to a payment plan, he could have a low payment plan. And I would be willing to do reductions, but he's going to have to put some skin in the game. For now, we'll just schedule community service due in 60 days or a doctor's note. He's only 29, right? It's pretty sad. Deal. So that's going to turn into $42 hours. Okay, so I have ordered community service and just made a note, please, that it is community service or a doctor's note by 5/18. And that's going to be, sorry, I just wrote it down. 42 hours, yes, 42 hours. If he wants to convert that to payments because he wants to, he can call in and do that and do $25 a month. I'll recall his warrants temporarily and give him that chance. And I would say, email it and hard mail it, please. Thank you. That clears my docket. Let me look at this pre-term docket. We got some no-shows there. Let me see if anybody's. On the Maya Martin case, are we moving toward trial or do we have a resolution?
Miss Mayo had actually entered a plea of no contest. She did provide proof to the court, and so the state does not object to deferred. She did state that she is not working and has a disabled husband that she has to take care of.
Sorry, I missed that last part. Somebody started moving around.
I was just relaying to you her financial ability to pay. She
Okay.
says that she has not worked due to COVID, and she's taking care of a disabled husband.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Warren. I'll move forward. Ms. Maya, just hold tight for a moment. I'll be right back with you. Your next person is Oscar Lopez. And Mr. Lopez, you'll receive an invitation for that breakout space. On Ms. Maya, do we have any income information? Okay. Can I have a blank one, please? Thank you. Okay. Is the name on the case file Maya or Maya Martin?
It's Maya space Martin, and then this is the first name.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Mayo, I'm asking, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
So just, I need to ask a few questions. We try to get financial information from each person. That allows me to document what I'm doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So at this time, you don't have an employer, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is your spouse working?
He's disabled. He has kidney failure and heart failure. He gets disability $13.20 a month.
Do you all receive food stamps for you
Yes,
and your
ma'am.
family? What is that amount for you and your family?
$302.
Do you receive utility assistance or other assistance?
No, ma'am. I just signed up for that.
Okay. Any other income coming to the home for you or your dependents?
No, ma'am.
Are there any children in the home?
No, ma'am.
And let's talk about your bills for a moment. Do you have rent?
Yes, ma'am. It's $900.
And does that include any of your bills?
No, ma'am.
Roughly, what is your electric bill monthly?
It's usually like $120, but this past month it done jumped way too high.
Yes, that's happened for several folks.
Yes.
How about your, yes, ma'am. How about your water bill? What does it take?
My water bill is $98 a month.
Your phone, cell phone or phone?
45 plus is $49.50.
And do you have unpaid medical bills that you pay on a schedule?
No, we just have medicine we pay for scheduled regular basis.
Okay, what would that look like? What are those money wise?
money wise, it's like, I think $62 a month.
And how about any insurance that you pay out of pocket for car or
Car
otherwise?
insurance, it's 115.
Okay, and what do you think you spend monthly on fuel?
Back and forth to the doctors, I say about 120 a month.
Okay. And do you have a cable internet bill?
No,
And no child care? Any a car payment?
yes, 329 a month.
Okay. Any other bills that you routinely pay that I have not asked you about?
No, ma'am.
So how do you get this to work? Because it's obviously a challenge.
Whatever we can't cover, my father-in-law will send us the money that we can't cover.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the information you've provided is true, correct, and accurate? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so first I want to declare you indigent, and that requires then that I move to the option of community service, which I do understand can be a challenge at this point. Let me talk to you about that. Give me just a moment. So it's a deferred disposition recommended by and we have proof already. It's going to turn into 14 hours. We're going to go 60 days. That'll give her time to talk to doctors and stuff. Okay. So Ms. Mayo, is it Mayo Martin? Is that
Yes,
how
ma'am.
you go?
Yes, because there's another Miss Mayo, and so they wanted to put the Martin behind it because she's out wanted. She's got tickets and warrants.
Yeah, protects you a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. So what I'm going to tell you, Ms. Mayo Martin, is that now what I do is I'll grant the deferred request. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
There's the main thing there is just don't get more tickets. We have never really seen you before. I don't anticipate a problem with that. Okay.
No, ma'am.
The next thing is payment, and that turns into 14 hours. Now, I'm going to give you 2 months to get that done. You have an alternative, okay, which is that if your husband's doctor says that, you're a full-time caretaker of a person who cannot be out, okay, and that you must be with that person, then I can take that into consideration, but I do need that in writing, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I can get it to you.
Okay, so you would just email that in or bring it by the clerk's desk, either one. And we're going to email everything to you right now if you have a way to print it and sign it. If you don't, we're going to ask you to come by for about 15 minutes and finish out this paperwork.
Yes, ma'am. I can come by.
Okay, when can we look for you?
I'm finna get him ready. He's eating his breakfast. I have to drop him off at dialysis about 11:20, and then I can come after then.
Okay, so we'll look between noon and 1 for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everything will be at the front desk. Just bring your face covering.
Yes,
Call
ma'am.
us when you get here, and they'll walk you in. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I can get that paperwork today from his doctor and just turn it in to y'all.
Yes, you can.
I might have one already here, but I'd rather them give me a new one with a new date on it.
Yes, that would be helpful.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Maya. Ms. Marissa Carrasco, we've got you on an iPhone. Are you also on the telephone? Are you in two places? Okay, that's how we're going to hear you, is on the phone. Gotcha. Okay, no problem. I just wanted to double check. Okay. Lopez. After Lopez, the next person is Ellen Mishtal, you'll be next. And then after Ms. Mishtal, we'll have Dylan Kenninger. And then Ms. Candelaria. And then Mr. Bracciacha. I'm going to say that wrong repeatedly, but I'll do my best. And then Alton Montgomery will be after that. And I think that's everybody. Let me look through these. Garland. Mm. That can scan into the Garland case. There we go on my, thank you. Um, I have a question. February 26th, I'm sorry, on Lisa Giles or Giles. So go to, sorry, look at the notes. It says email, defendant emailed in a request for a pretrial. But go to that email scan. I don't see any plea at all. I don't see anything there. It just says see attached. And when you get to attached, it's her license and her ticket. I mean, her email's titled request for pretrial. but she hasn't entered a plea one way or another.
Okay, so Zena emailed her
Mm-hmm.
the plea and plea application, and she
Yes.
hasn't
Returned it.
returned.
Yeah, I got that. All righty.
But
Just-
when Zena emailed it to her, so right here where it says attachments,
Mhm.
this is where Zena emailed her.
Yeah.
all that.
No, I'm reading it fine. I just was wondering if I was missing something. Ms. Warren, on the Lopez case, Mr. Lopez, if you could start video and unmute, that would help us. Okay. Are we resolved or are we moving forward?
Yes, we're gonna move forward to trial, and
Okay.
Mr. Lopez has asked for discovery.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, we can do that on your pretrial date. That next date is that in May?
Yes.
What's the
Looks
date?
like
May 5th is our in-court date. We will expect you here and Ms. Warren will have discovery at that time. Okay?
That sounds fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Warren, we're moving then to Ellen Mishtal. Sorry, let me remember what I'm doing. And Ms. Mishtal, you should receive an invite at this time.
Thank you.
I guess email that discovery to date to Mr. Lopez because he jumped off faster than.
Okay.
It's not really the way I wanted him to do it, but I'll survive. Make a note that he appears to have either he didn't complete at his pretrial. I want him to clarify his payment application and sign it. Yeah, he left significant blanks and did not sign. Okay, let me review the Walters case. Santos. Okay. Date. 23. From him in March. We emailed him his info. That's on Walter Santos. And that's on Lisa Giles. These are the no-shows. Ms. Warren, Ms. Ellen Mishtal, excuse me. Are we resolved or are we moving toward trial?
Your Honor, the case did resolve. Ms. Stahl is changing her plea to no contest. I did offer a deferred and she can pay. She does not need a payment plan.
Okay. Any
And
class?
there's no class.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The next case for you and Ms. Mishtal, I'll be right with you. Let's see. Is Dylan Kenninger. And Mr. Kenninger, you'll receive a request to join that breakout space. And Ms. Mishtal, we can email that to you. If you're able to print that and get that back to us, then you can call the clerk and make payment or go online and make payment. We can do that without you having to come up here. Is that possible to do today?
Yes.
Print and sign and get back to us?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to head your way in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Really, it's just going to say a 90-day deferred. Payment is today. A class is not required in your case. Just no more tickets, no more citations. Don't get arrested, and the case will be dismissed. That end date will be June 17th when I will look to sign that dismissal. Okay, you can expect that document heading your way within the next 15 or so minutes.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, I will remove you from the meeting. Call
you.
back if you have questions. Okay, good to go. All right, and I've cleared all the no-shows on that one as well. Before we break out to the next person, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Alex Bachicha, is that the right way to say your name? You'll have to unmute, but I really would like to say it right.
That's perfect.
Bachicha, okay, perfect,
I
great.
saw you stumble earlier and I'm like, man, she got it quick.
Well, I really wasn't looking closely enough, so now I think I got it. All right. I want to say it right when it's right to do so. So I try to get names. It's of interest to me. I just find names interesting. My mother lived in India for many years. And for folks in India, you can say a name and really you can know where they're from.
Right.
By the name. The name tells you. It's like even the endings of the names tell you the region the person is from. That fascinates me. America's not like that. We don't have that. Everybody's all over the place.
My boss's name was Uni Krishna.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they call him Uni around the office, and I'm like, why they Uni all the time? You know.
Well, and he would probably be from southern India, and he would be, and you know, they have gods that are also associated with different regions.
That's right.
It's really fascinating. I mean, America, we have our own fascination because we have everybody, and we're all over the place, and that's a good thing. But it's different in other countries. Okay, Mr. Kenninger, I'm probably doing that one in disservice. Ms. Warren, are we moving to trial or are we resolved?
Yes, Your Honor, we're moving to trial.
Okay. Mr. Kenninger, I think your next pretrial date is going to be in May. Let me double check that. That's set for May 5th at what time? At 1 o'clock. Okay. And we will see you then. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. You're good to go. And Ms. Warren, moving forward with Mr. Bachicha. I've been practicing his name. And Mr. Bachicha, you'll receive an invite at this point.
Okay.
There you go. It shows waiting for you to join. There we go. And just for future reference, notes, and Mr. Kinninger, he is actually indigent. So if it comes up later, I already did that work. And then on this Municipal. Miss Candelaria, you're next. Excuse me. Okay. On the Bachicha trial case, are we heading to trial or is there a resolution?
There is a resolution, Your Honor. Mr. Bachicha has changed his plea to no contest, and we will take a defensive driving course.
Okay. And the fees on that case, I believe are 144. Let me double check. Those are 169 because it's a school zone. When is that getting paid?
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes.
Did you take a look at my financials at all?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm asking, since I'm assuming that it may not be able to be paid today, but
Is
I
there
do
any
have
way-
to, hold on just a moment. I do have to collect the 169 in that particular type of option. So if that's never going to happen, then it's not a good option for you because I'm not able to waive it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take care of that as soon as possible.
And what does that mean? Because courts don't schedule dates that way. Is it today?
Today is fine.
Okay. And there is a bit of paperwork. Can you come by before noon?
I'll come back. I'll come by as soon as I finish this session.
Okay, it won't take very long. We'll have everything at the front desk waiting, and just proceed there. When you get here, you'll have to phone in and we'll walk you through it. Okay?
Okay, phone in. There's a number on the door out there.
There is, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll be
thank you.
pretty quick.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Warren, your next person is Ms. Candelaria, and it's interesting because she's actually here two different ways.
Okay.
One is by phone, and so I'm going to send both of those items or those methods to the breakout room and
Okay.
see if hopefully it works. Okay. It looks like she's there. Okay. All right. Okay, Ms. Warren, on the Candelaria case, are we resolved or are we heading to trial?
The case is resolved, Your Honor. Miss Candelara has an out-of-state driver's license, so she is gonna take a deferred and she can pay today. So her
Okay.
deferred will be 90 days, no class.
Okay, thank you. Your last person is Mr. Montgomery. Ms. Candelaria, just hold tight for a moment. Let me get Ms. Warren moving forward with Mr. Montgomery. And Mr. Montgomery, you should receive an invitation. So Ms. Candelaria, and I have Carrasco and Candelaria. And for a while there, I thought it was two people. Am I able to hear you? Let me see if I can unmute you.
Yes.
Here we are. So I'm going to email that to you.
Okay.
And then I think you've probably heard me talk to folks, but you can call that payment in. You can also go online and make payment. Either is fine. I don't do many because I'm the judge, but I'm emailing the document to you. Once you receive that, then we need it back today. Can you email that back to us with signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then do you have any questions?
Yes. That email will also provide me with a link to make the payment.
So it won't have a link, but you just go to templetx.gov and go to the
Okay.
municipal court section.
Okay. And also, it is my understanding as long as I don't get a ticket within the next 90 days, it will not go on my record.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. I remember Mr. Montgomery. His last ticket was a couple of years ago, and it was a high rate of speed then too. I wonder if something's wrong with his car. I mean, I don't know if he did this or not, but if he did, it's a high rate of speed. Well over what he can't do a driver safety course. It's too high. Do we have old information for him perhaps? Because we don't have new. On where? He's in the breakout room. He's in there. You just won't see him because he's in that breakout room. Thank you. They're coming back down. Okay, on the Montgomery case, do we have a resolution or are we heading to trial?
We have a resolution. Mr. Montgomery is a CDL holder, so the only offer I could make him was the reduction. He's going to pay $184 and for a judgment.
Okay, 184 total.
Yes, $50 fine, $134 court costs.
Okay. Mr. Montgomery, are you paying that today?
Your Honor, is there a possibility that I can get till Monday, the 22nd, if possible, to make that payment over the line or
Yes,
online?
I can. Yes, I can give you 30 days to pay, up to 30 days, but what I need is a payment application filled out today in order to do that.
Okay. I will just pay the total amount today. I'll try my best to get it done today. I'm in Tyler, Texas right now, and the reception is horrible. So I'm stationary right now, and I will pay it off in full.
Listen, I if you want it, if you'll just hold on a moment, I can do a payment application with you on this call.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. Ms. Warren, do you have any questions or concerns?
I don't.
Okay, then I'm going to release you at this time. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Montgomery, let me get a payment application and I'll do it orally over the phone.
Your Honor, I don't want to waste your time. It's really unnecessary. I'll just pay it off. I'll pay it. I go online right now and pay it. Online court and just pay it. I appreciate you all's help. I really do.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to waste your time.
You're not wasting my time, but if you prefer to do it that way, that's fine too. You have the phone number?
Yes, it's in my email, I believe, that was sent to me.
It is?
Yes, ma'am. And
okay.
I'll follow the steps.
If you run into any issues, you can always call it in, and there might even be less fees. I think it's cheaper, but
to call it in.
I think so. Isn't that right? They do, but is it the same? Oh, it's the same.
Okay.
Either way.
Yes,
all
ma'am.
Right.
Thank you all. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hang in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We are adjourned. Let's see. Let me check my.